What are we
Seth
talking
MacFarlane. It's funny because Seth is 48.
40, I was saying 42.
And I was watching The Family Guy. It comes on after Friends on TBS. It's kind of my go-to. Just if I'm doing laundry, I just put TBS on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching The Family Guy. And you want to talk about political incorrectness?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking, we're slamming on the LGBTQ Dave Chappelle thing. Dude, that show runs at 3:30 in the afternoon. There are so many, and my daughter thinks it's funny. Good morning, USA. Yeah. She loves the beginning of that song. That show is so politically incorrect. And so it's funny because it's a flippin', and I guess they pull it off because it's a cartoon.
Wait, Seth MacFarlane, Beavis and Butthead?
No, that was the other two guys.
Okay, go.
That was Mike Judge.
Yeah.
No, but I'm watching it, I'm going, we're giving Dave Chappelle a hard time for doing stand-up against them.
Dave Chappelle's human.
Is that
it's a cartoon, yeah.
Is that like when you have puppets, when you're a ventriloquist, you can do whatever the hell you want because the puppet's saying all your...
Well, ventriloquist is different because it's standing right there.
Yeah, but it's not... The puppet can say whatever the hell it wants.
Well, no, it can't because you know it's coming from the ventriloquist.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah, I know, but it is. Whereas the cartoon, it's really not.
But you can get away with a hell of a lot more.
In the cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Pat Sajak.
Yeah. Is he 62?
He's 75. Yeah.
He's got a good hair piece and makeup then.
He's
75. He looks like he's
made a hell of a good living.
He's well preserved.
Man, he travels, he's making millions of dollars. He does it, they film 5 shows in like 3 hours a week. He's done. He's got a good gig. Vanna White's got a hell of a gig as a letter turner.
How do you become one of those people? Like a host
you just
when you're not
Wing
famous?
Martindale. You just got to start off early, but usually they're doing multiple shows. Pat Sajak is the Wheel of Fortune guy.
Yeah.
You could certainly make an argument that next to Alex Trebek, he is. If you think Pat Sajak, and he had a late night talk show for a period of time.
Yeah, but it wasn't very good.
No, it was terrible.
Yeah,
but he tried. But I mean, he knows his role. He never felt like he needed to expand that role.
Nope.
He's good with it. He tried it, didn't work out, and so I'll make my $80 million a year or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Jacqueline Smith, who, by the way, looks really, really good for 76 years old.
Better than Linda Carter? You sent me the...
Someone sent that to me. I don't know why
Did you think it was me?
No, it was, I guess someone Facebooked it to me, and I was like, and she got the tie-in thing with
but that was a young... Right, yeah. So Jacqueline Smith looks good?
Yeah, for 76 years old, she looks like an old Jacqueline Smith.
That's crazy. 76. My mom is 79. That's
when you looked at Farrah Fawcett towards the end there.
She was sick.
I know, but I mean, even when she wasn't, but Jacqueline Smith has aged really well.
Yeah.
She wears the same clothes. She just looks classy.
She's got a whole line. Doesn't she have a line of perfume and clothes? And
I think so.
Love Jacqueline Smith.
And Hillary Clinton.
It's her birthday today?
It is.
Is Bill out of the hospital?
What the hell happened to her? What if you're running for president of the United States of America, and you got it won 2 weeks before the election, and then you decide to pack it in, which is what she did. She just didn't go on the campaign trail. She didn't push. She was right there because she knew she had it won, is my thought. And
go ahead.
I think a lot of people were glad she didn't win. But what happened to her? Because when you're running for the highest office in the land, and you're just gone. She's gone.
Well, she
doesn't run. Why didn't she run again?
Because I do think you reach a point. She's tired.
She should have won. Everyone knows she should have won.
Tired.
It's tired. Well, she's still out there. She's still doing things. But I'm like, if I knew that I was trying to be the president of my new company, and I was running against another guy, and for some reason I screwed it up and didn't make it, and then it was wide open 4 years later.
No.
Why wouldn't I try to get, knowing that I should have won it the first time, I'd go for it again? Or do you just like,
because again,
insecurity?
No, I think, again, I think for her, it's a unique thing. She's been so steeped in it in different roles that I seriously do wonder, if she was just like, it's time to hang it up. Like, I don't
Well,
want.
she's still in politics though. She's still doing stuff.
Well, no, but she's not. But she's doing speaking tours and stuff.
There was actually a point in time. It was like point in time like this, if time was like this, like that, where I actually thought she was kind of attractive.
My problem with
I forget what day or time it was, but there was one time I looked at it, I went,
my problem was she wore the same kind of clothes that my grandmother wore, pantsuits.
And muumuus, yeah.
The pantsuits, I couldn't do the pantsuits. Look, whatever you say about, I don't care what anyone says, brilliant woman. Same with Bill Clinton. Brilliant. In fact, it was, well, just as my son was arriving in Oxford.
You tweet out today, tweet out, happy birthday to Hillary Clinton.
You're just saying it.
Just do it. I dare you. I dare you to say happy 74th birthday to Hillary Clinton. You're brilliant.
What if you did with Bill?
Bill's
right.
Whatever. He's a caricature. He's a cartoon character. He's funny. And Bill's living a good life. Bill's just traveling around, hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein when he's around. He's just having a good time. He is. Bill's having more fun.
Well, because also Bill, you know what? You make sense.
He's out of politics. He'll show up the obligatory, library dedication or something like that. But he's
an
out.
Interesting
He's
cat.
out.
If you think about him, he went from just rural, poor upbringing, child of an alcoholic father's brother was a raging alcoholic, and just that kind of life. He was a Rhodes Scholar. So he's at Oxford. He becomes the governor of Arkansas. It's just an interesting trajectory that he had. Big controversy with the bill. He plays the saxophone, and then he's done. And then he goes on and he's doing all these It's just his trajectory wasn't like everybody else's.
Yeah.
It's very well. Oh, speaking of which, did you see the whole podcast thing? The Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Have you heard it?
Yeah, I listened to it. I thought it was.
Yeah. Well,
if it wasn't
Barack said that came from Michelle. She's like, you need to get the hell out of here and go do a show and find out what you're all about.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you listen to the podcast, he talks about that. She's
she's
like, you need to get more rooted in yourself and find out what you're all about. And I think doing something with Bruce Springsteen of all people would be a great way. I don't even know how they met or how it went down, but it's a mashup. It's really weird. It feels somewhere between them being good friends that are uncomfortable with each other, or two people being put in a room and say, make a show for me.
Yes,
because Bruce Springsteen isn't necessarily a podcast that I'd listen to. I've heard him do shows about his music and talk about his songs.
Well, he's got the Broadway hit. He's got the Broadway hit, which I would love to see.
It's just, Barack's got some charisma.
It's a weird.
Bruce has his charisma through his music. He sings his charisma.
Yes.
Whereas, Barack Obama's kind of,
Well, they're also 30 years, 20.
It's a strange mashup.
20 years apart. Okay.
Today's National Chicken Fried Steak Day. Speaking of chicken fried, talking about Zach Brown Band.
I like chicken fried steak.
Today's also Intersex Awareness Day.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
All these things, anything with the word in front of sex, I have to look it up. Transsex, fluid sex, intersex, bisex, polyamorous sex. Everything. If there's a word before the word sex, I have to look it up because
sex is complex.
I'm confused.
Sex is complex.
How about just M or F for sex? Can we just do that anymore? Can we just Can we just check a box for M?
No, you
or
can't,
F?
Tony. Okay, old
or
man.
T for they.
No. Do you have your pronouns put next to you on LinkedIn? You can default. You can. They'll pick it for you in case
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
You're not
sure about your pronouns.
You're not going to like this.
Okay, but you speak for every man.
I have a friend of mine. I got to be careful here.
Okay.
I have a friend of mine who's in a competition in a fantasy football league.
Okay.
And if they come in last place in their league, you know what they have to do?
Change their pronouns?
They have to change their name to a pronoun.
Forever?
No, for the next year. And he's like, man, I do not want to
change their name to a pronoun or change their pronoun.
Well, they have to change. Well, on their social media, they have to change their name to a pronoun, and they will be spoken about in a pronoun way next year. And he's like, that is the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
Well, it's not the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
This is like, when I lost a bet, I had to tattoo something on my ass.
Yeah.
He's like, I was like, is there anything else you could do that would, he's like, no, this would be the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad
Well,
because that's
If you knew who it was, you'd understand.
okay.